Was Patrick Stewart in Harry Potter? That's such an unkind question. No, I was not in Harry Potter. I wasn't even asked to be in Harry Potter.
Patrick Stewart is an English actor, director, and producer whose work has included roles on stage, television, and film in a career spanning 6 decades. He's best known for his long-running association with the series Star Trek, on which he portrays the role of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, and his work in the X-Men film series as Professor Charles Xavier. Patrick is a trained Shakespearean actor. He's been a prolific member of the Royal Shakespeare Company over the years, appearing in more than 60 productions. In 2001, Patrick Stewart was appointed to the OBE, from which point on he was known as Sir Patrick.
Where we experimented with the French accent. Would you like to hear a sample of it?
Oh, yes, go on.
Love to hear
Yes.
Okay. Space.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Sir Patrick Stewart, OBE. He was born on July 13, 1940 in Mirfield, West Riding, Yorkshire, England, making him age 79 at the time of this production. He stands 1.78 meters or 5 foot 10 inches tall. Behind the knighted actor and stalwart activist, Patrick Stewart is a guy with some very down-to-earth hobbies. He's a big car enthusiast, having conducted interviews at the 2017 FIA Formula One World Championship, and he even drank champagne out of racer Daniele Ricciardo's shoe in celebration. Clearly, that's something only a real race car lover could manage. He's also a longtime soccer, or football to him, fan, supporting Huddersfield Town since he was very young. These hobbies, cars, and football are so charmingly normal that it really brings home to fans that Stewart's just a regular guy raised in poverty who takes joy in the simple things, even with his adulthood fame and fortune. Stewart has stated that his politics are rooted in a belief in fairness and equality. He considers himself a socialist and is a member of the Labour Party. Stewart and his first wife, Sheila Falconer, divorced in 1990 after 24 years of marriage. They have 2 children, son Daniel and daughter Sophia. Daniel is a television actor and has appeared alongside his father in the 1993 made-for-television film Death Train and the 1992 Star Trek The Next Generation episode The Inner Light, playing his son. In 1997, Stewart became engaged to Wendy Noose, one of the producers of Star Trek The Next Generation. They married on August 25, 2000 and divorced 3 years later. 4 months before his divorce from Noose, Stewart played opposite actress Lisa Dillon in a production of The Master Builder, and the two were romantically involved until 2007. In 2008, Stewart began dating Sunny Ozell, a singer and songwriter based in Brooklyn, New York, whom Stewart met while performing in Macbeth at the Brooklyn Academy of Music. In March 2013, it was reported that Stewart and Ozell were engaged, and they married in September 2013, with Ian McKellen performing the wedding ceremony.
This is just you hanging out. What? Come on. That's last year, right? Last year.
Patrick Stewart was born in Mirfield, West Riding of Yorkshire, England in 1940. He grew up in a poor household with an abusive father. Some of the abuse was perhaps attributable to PTSD his father suffered as a result of his experiences in World War II. An acting teacher in junior school fostered Patrick's love of acting after exposing him to Shakespeare. Patrick left formal school at 15 to pursue acting full-time. He became a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company in 1966 and was part of the company until 1982. In 1979, he won the Laurence Olivier Award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role for his work in the production of Antony and Cleopatra. Patrick landed the role of Captain Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek The Next Generation in 1987. At the time, he was an unknown British actor living out of a suitcase because he was extremely skeptical that the show would succeed. Actually, his entire plan was to gain a bit of exposure while banking a bunch of money before returning to England, where he would get back to Shakespeare. He planned to be with Star Trek for no more than a year. That year turned into more than 3 decades. Patrick would go on to appear in 178 episodes of The Next Generation between 1987 and 1994. He also starred in several feature films based on the franchise. In 1992, it occurred to Patrick that what he was earning in 15 minutes worth of overtime as Picard would have taken him a week to earn back in England on the stage. By that point, he was earning a base salary of $45,000 per episode. At his peak of The Next Generation, Patrick earned $100,000 per episode, which is the same as around $180,000 per episode after adjusting for inflation. For the 1996 film Star Trek First Contact, Patrick earned $5 million. For 1998's Star Trek Insurrection, he earned $9.5 million. For 2002's Star Trek Nemesis, he earned $14 million in salary and also served as a producer. Patrick first appeared as Professor Charles Xavier in 2000's X-Men. He would reprise the role 7 more times in various X-Men films. Other roles. Stewart has more than 150 acting credits to his name. From 2015 to 2016, he starred as Walter Blunt on the television series Blunt Talk. He starred in several movies including Hedda, Excalibur, Dune, Life Force, Lady Jane, L.A. Story, Death Train, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Gunman, Jeffrey, Conspiracy Theory, Masterminds, Safe House, A Christmas Carol, X-Men, King of Texas, X2, X-Men The Last Stand, TMNT, Hamlet, Match, Logan, and more. Stewart has also done voice work for several movies including Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, Chicken Little, Bambi 2, Ted, Ice Age, Continental Drift, The Emoji Movie, and more. He's won many awards and was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame at 7021 Hollywood Boulevard in 1996. With a career already spanning over half a century, Patrick Stewart has claimed in the past that he can't fathom retiring. He clearly loves what he does, both on the screen and on the stage. He's been afforded rich rewards in his adult life after a whole lot of struggles as a young person. He's clearly found an outlet for his passion, and he's fully embraced his living legacy as possibly the most famous of the Star Trek captains. Patrick Stewart's net worth is $70 million. In November 2019, Patrick spent $4.3 million on a 4,500 square foot home in the Hancock Park neighborhood of Los Angeles. His previous Los Angeles home was a large estate shared with his second wife. Patrick and his ex sold this home in 2004 for $6.5 million. Patrick also owns an apartment in Park Slope, Brooklyn. In Patrick Stewart's garage, you'll find a McLaren 650S, a Jaguar XJS convertible, a Porsche Panamera Turbo, and a Range Rover Vogue.